Hey, my name is Harsimran. Welcome to the Boundary Line Cricket Uncovered. I'm here with Satanshu, Nilay, and Viraj, and today we're going to take a swing at the wickets of cricket's most outrageous moments, dive into some stats that may blow your mind, and also serve up some unfiltered opinions with a side of banter. So please take no offense. Whether you're a seasoned cricket follower or a newcomer to the game, we've got something for everyone. So grab your bat, settle in, and get ready for a boundary filled ride through the world of cricket. And just by the way, 13 years ago, we won the World Cup, so this is the day we're starting our podcast. Let's get into it, guys. Are we ready?
Let's go.
I think it just makes sense to start with like the most hot topic right now, and that is none other than the Mumbai captaincy saga. I think let's get into it. Viraj, why don't you start with some of your thoughts on that?
So Nilan and I were at the game literally yesterday, the Mumbai Rajasthan one.
Disgraceful.
And I kid you not, it is so bad. I don't call myself a Hardik Pandya fan, but I was feeling bad for him. It was very, very bad. Look, I am all for, let's say the fans have the right to get someone to fame, shoot someone up to fame, and also, demean them when they don't like it.
Correct.
But it was just too much. The problem with it was when he was hitting those fours and sixes, it was all good and merry. Everyone was cheering Hardik, Hardik, this, that, and suddenly he drops a catch and the entire stadium just goes like boo and all of it, right? Which I don't think it should be done.
Yeah.
But he's, I think, called upon it, yeah, honestly.
But what do you think? Was it the right decision to make him captain over Rohit this season, or do you think they should have waited for?
I heard Harsha Bogle saying somewhere, if you are a corporate employee, you are going to go anywhere for a hike. Now, what Mumbai Indians have done is, or Hardik Pandya has done is, he was at a good position in, let's say, ABC company. He went somewhere, became the CEO, proved himself, went to a smaller company, became a CEO, proved himself, and he came back as a CEO. But you have to understand that the ABC kind of offered them the role. It wasn't like he's just out there and he's like, "Acha, nahi, mujhe captain banna hi hai."
The thing is, he's just become the scapegoat of the MI strategy, and it makes no sense for the entire blame to be put on him because Mumbai is the one who approached him. They decided to make him captain, and mind you, he's an IPL winning captain and he's runner-up in the second year back-to-back with Gujarat.
Yeah.
So you shit on him for being a bad captain. This year, I understand, but shit on him for shifting teams and asking for captaincy in Mumbai Indians. That's just stupid. Like, it makes no sense.
I mean, yeah, to be very honest, does it really make sense at all? Because I mean, you have India's captain as part of your team, you have India's vice captain as part of your team, you have two really senior players as a part of your team who are very well versed with the cricketing side, who've been with the team for a very long time, have good grip and good hold of the entire team, and suddenly you're bringing a person out from outside who's okay, he's been a part of the team since a long time, but for 2 years he's been in a different faction. Now suddenly he comes back and he takes the reign over. How do you think that's going to affect the team? What do you think is going to happen?
I really feel that what a lot of people are missing out on is, like, I agree with you, but Mumbai hasn't been doing that well in IPL since the last 3-4 years now. In the last we won was
4 years, yeah, 2020
we won.
Yeah, but I mean,
things are changing, and I really feel had we won the World Cup this year, this would not have happened. This year at least, it would have
Don't
happened.
talk about that. Let's not talk.
We don't go there.
Okay,
In this
I mean, yeah,
podcast, we don't
sorry,
go there.
guys, it still hurts, but
We don't go there.
it wouldn't have happened. I think Bombay is looking to the future, and also from what I've heard is, and what I've seen, like, I've always liked Pandya as a character. Like, he seems someone who's ready to take on a
Suits
challenge.
your personality.
He suits your personality. He has that charisma and
Chapri.
That's the word we're going for.
Not at all. No, but coming to Simi's point also,
yeah.
when Rohit Sharma became the captain, let's say, I think it was back in 2012 or 13, he had Sachin Tendulkar, Ricky Ponting, one great player and a great captain also. And he was captaining the both of them. What Mumbai thought at that time was, okay, look, this is my team for the next 10 years now. And literally, he managed them for 10 years, right? He got them to 5 titles or whatever that is. They thought, okay, he's my guy. He's good for the next 10 years. Let's go with him. It doesn't matter what the hierarchy is within the team.
Yeah.
I think they tried to do something similar here. The difference between 2013 and 2024 is the use of social media and these stupid internal fan wars within the...
I will tell you a different reason why he didn't get trolled out at that time. Had there been social media also, it was not a Indian player who he got captaincy from. It was Ricky Ponting.
Correct.
Yeah.
He got
Maybe.
transferred Ricky Ponting.
Yeah, not an Indian legend.
It-
no, but
yeah.
no, it was so
Yeah,
Sachin
it was
to
Ricky.
Ricky to
Ricky to
Rohit.
Rohit.
Yeah,
It was
correct.
The
Ricky
point
to
is that Ricky started his campaign in 2012. He did not do
Correct,
well.
he didn't do well. Correct.
He did not do well, and that's why they removed him as captain, or Rohit replaced him, whatever. He gave it up also.
Correct.
The smartest thing that Mumbai could have done this time was hand it over in a very graceful manner.
Exactly.
You
So,
do
exactly.
a press release, you ask Rohit to be on board with it. If he's not on board with it, think of a better solution. You don't hold a press conference, and then when these questions come up, you're just looking at the management and not answering.
Exactly.
That is the stupidest thing that they could have done.
You know how this actually happened? Rumors are that Rohit Sharma was not informed about this decision before.
I
He
don't
was-
think so.
He apparently found out through a post. He found out
I
through
don't
his
think
I doubt
so.
it.
I
Bro,
highly
it's
doubt
He
it.
no.
found out through his wife, who is also his manager.
But
I don't
I'll tell you
think-
something. This is Mumbai
That
Indians.
is, if that is true, that is absolutely fuck all on Mumbai Indians' part, and they deserve the hate that is coming to them. The entire
But that's
point
the
of this
point,
entire
no one is
conversation
hating
is
on Mumbai Indians.
Hardik doesn't deserve it.
No one is hating on Mumbai.
Wait,
Why is
wait.
Hardik getting hate?
But Hardik is made the scapegoat because at the end of the day, he's become the captain and he's been,
And I
he's
think unfortunately for
replaced Rohit
him,
Sharma.
we haven't been winning. Bombay has had a very bad start to the IPL.
IPL.
We
Yeah,
haven't
that's
won a
happened.
game.
Correct.
So it's like just compounding. Had he won the 3 games, I don't think he would have gotten the hit that he's getting right now.
And bro, yesterday it was so convenient that toss, okay, when we just entered during the toss. Tosses happened, Sanjay Majarikar is on there. He's announcing that Hardik Pandya, the captain of Mumbai Indians, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause. Everybody has started booing together. Then he's like, behave on camera. After that, people have started shouting Rohit, Rohit. As soon as this has happened, the minute the first wicket has gone, people have shut the fuck up. Second, third wicket, so dead silence in the crowd, nobody's talking. This guy comes out, Hardik Pandya hits 4 fours, entire stadium is shouting what he said earlier. You can't have that hypocrisy, don't shout when he's scoring. This kid ahead of us, obviously stupid enough not to understand, he's like 8-10 years old. First when he hit a boundary, he's shouting Hardik, Hardik. Minute he's gotten out, Hardik Pandya sucks.
Just
I
a
mean,
disclaimer, that kid tried to
Okay.
boo Neeta Ambani also and then he was shut off. He was shut off. Nobody's about him. He's like, bhai, kya kar raha hai?
But Nilay, coming to your point, I think what we are now seeing, I think for the first time in Indian cricket history, where a national team player is getting booed consistently by a crowd, which is kind of like going on lines of the football culture.
No,
the club
I mean,
Correct.
I mean,
is
really
getting
not.
equal, importance.
Really not. I
as
mean, if you look at history, Wankhede crowd has been one of the hardest crowds to deal with. It's been absolutely brutal. They have booed Sachin Tendulkar as well. It's history.
No, that's
they have.
that I
No,
don't.
no.
think.
I
They
don't
have-
think
I
so.
can
That's a big
guarantee
possible.
you.
Bro, that's
I can
impossible.
guarantee you.
They booed Virat Kohli, I know.
They
Once.
have
That's
booed
impossible.
They
Virat
booed Virat.
Kohli as well.
Yeah, that I agree. But not
They-
Sachin.
Yeah, I
Not
don't
like
think it's
this,
Sachin.
yeah. Not like
Not like
this.
this.
Of
The
course, of
Something-
course
this is
not
like
like
hate.
this.
This is like
Of
hate.
course
This
not
is
like this.
this is hate on a
Hatred.
different level.
Okay, chalo. I mean,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, whatever has happened has happened. Of course, Hardik Pandya is now the captain. It was probably MI's strategy. The team must have decided on something. They're of course thinking about the future. They want the reins to be passed on, and they're hoping that Rohit is able to kind of support him on field, and let the team move forward. Because of course, Rohit only has a few years left now, and
Correct.
we all know that, right? But coming to the fact that now he is the captain. Provided that last 2 years he did really well with GT, he won one of them, he was runners up in the second one, and these were their starting campaigns. It wasn't like there's some seasoned team or something like that. You look at that and you compare it with the start that Mumbai Indians has got right now. Are we still seeing the same Hardik Pandya as a captain, or do we think that there are some things that are affecting him right now?
I think there are two reasons to that. First is from GT. The team was built from ground up, right? Nehra approached him, got him as captain, got their star picks, their
Yeah.
players. They set a culture around it, worked around it. He was worked with the management on one-to-one basis. Nehra was guiding Pandya at the boundary line. What is happening in Mumbai is that it's like an all-star Galacticos, right? Like how Real Madrid was formed. Pick the best players, formulate a team, and just play them on the field. The problem out here, at least what I think is not clicking, is because of all this controversy also surrounding him, people are seeing that there are two camps, right? There's one Rohit camp, there's one Hardik
Correct.
camp. That is one of the major factors. And then decisions with Boucher and Hardik are not falling into place. Like say the SRH match, it was just absolutely ridiculous to hold Bumrah till the 13th over when they were whacked for 150 runs in 10 overs. It's so fucking stupid. How dumb are you? Like, bro, I don't think, I'm not qualified enough to comment on the game, but I would have sent Bumrah earlier. Yeah, wicket chahiye, bhaicho, no na. Wicket chahiye, you bowl your strike bowler, it is so fucking stupid not to play him. Like, I don't understand you.
That is true. I mean, it was honestly very surprising, very shocking that Bumrah was not opening. I mean, first two games we saw Mapaka is still of course opening, but we also saw Hardik Pandya take the opening.
Do you think this is also happening? Like you said, there are two camps forming, right?
Right.
Do you think Hardik is kind of purposely kind of trying to sideline certain players who are against
No. I think
purposely,
it's the other way around.
It wouldn't happen
or
purposely.
maybe the other way around. Or these players are not kind of playing for the captain.
Because there are
Their
few
interest is
social
gone,
media
maybe.
posts that have gone across also when he became captain. Ritika also commented on a Boucher video. He commented something on a podcast. Ritika said that this is just not right because Boucher commented something on Rohit's captaincy and how old is he? And he's not required to be the captain anymore. He needs to focus on his batting.
Right.
People I think that triggered reactions more. But coming to the point, that all aside, he's failed as a captain in general, I feel right now.
Right now, yeah.
Like yesterday's game, he has sent Piyush Chawla ahead of
Tim David.
He sent Piyush Chawla ahead of Tim David. It was just the most ridiculous call. At 10 overs, however your team is lacking your 4-5 wickets down,
Right.
you still send out a batsman, right? You don't send a Chawla. You're 76 for 5 practically. The game will be over if 2-3 wickets fall again. More pressure on your batsman that is going to come ahead.
See, he's been average, I agree. But I think you have to give him some time. It's a completely new environment. The seniors are shitting on him. Surya is putting a heartbreak story when he's a captain. Bumrah is putting such a story.
That was for him when he was injured.
No, this was when Rohit was off the captaincy. That time he put it. Bumrah, Surya and of course Ritika and all also. Anyway, that's not the point. You give him some time. There is a mega auction coming anyway next year. If you see him as your captain for the next 5 years, again build a team around him like what GT did. Right?
Yeah.
In GT he got his team what he wanted. Again give it to him. And just look at it from the other way. GT is also not doing that well. If they were runners up in the first year, one in the first year, runners up the last year, they're also not doing that great. They're not playing good cricket right now.
Yeah.
It's very okay. The team has not changed. Only Hardik Pandya has come from year to year, right?
What a road reversal, bro. Yesterday he was abusing him.
No, yesterday I felt very bad for him. It's an instant change because I felt very bad.
Empathy has kicked in Viraj.
It was very bad, yaar.
Fine.
The thing is, the shitstorm is created by Mumbai Indians management, and Hardik has just been placed
In the middle of it.
and expected to deal with everything.
Bro, but I think all of this now benefits the league in multiple ways because
100%.
Of course.
it is
drama,
creating those
those subplots.
it creates those factions, right? Which is beneficial.
Okay, fine. You know, we've discussed about Hardik's captaincy. Of course, I think he's going to take some time to get back up. He's going to, he's in a new faction.
Yeah.
He's facing so much pressure. Let's give him some, let's cut him some slack. Let's see like what he actually does. I mean, in history, of course, Mumbai has never really started a campaign on a winning
Exactly.
note.
So hope for the best.
Yeah. So we can hope that Mumbai is going to make a turnaround. They have a good 6-day gap to like rethink and like, re-strategize and things. But I would still like to bring back the focus to that match between Mumbai and Sunrisers and talk about Sunrisers batting on that.
Dude, I just have to say one thing. Watching Head destroy Indians again. I mean, that was just painful to another level, bro. Like,
Oh my
like what was that? And,
Oh yeah.
but,
It is the most painful.
Yeah, what an innings, bro. Like, people don't score that much in ODIs, and that was just ridiculous.
It was
like,
carnage.
absolutely
It was, I mean,
insane.
Aiden Markram had a strike rate of 150 and that was amongst the lowest ones.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it was absolute carnage. Anything these guys were touching were just literally finding the ropes or literally finding the stands. It was insane.
One of the teams that has impressed me the most is SRH because you look at them throughout, right? They've had good mix of Indian bowlers, but a very average mix of Indian batsmen. So how they've tried to cover it up is they've gone all out with the foreign batsmen.
Yeah.
They have Head, they have Makram, they have Klaasen. I think they have Glenn Phillips.
Yeah,
then of course
that's
Cummins
crazy.
and all separate. I'm not even counting. So they've gone bonkers with their auction this time.
When that auction strategy had come out, like whenever the auction got over and the list of players, they had like around 10 foreign players that they could have fielded. Like they deserve a playing 11 spot in any other team. Everybody was shitting on them, saying that what a fuck all strategy. How can they go for 10 players when they don't have Indian talent? Again, Pat Cummins getting him as the captain has shut everybody up like
Yeah,
he did
absolutely,
earlier.
yeah.
That's true.
He always silences us.
Yeah, and
But
you
honestly,
can't.
what a great choice.
My God.
Yeah, and this comes after Makram was the captain in SAT20 for the Hyderabad franchisee,
Correct.
and he won it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't give Pat Cummins captaincy in India now,
Yeah,
after whatever has happened, it is stupid on your part if you have him in your team.
The next game is SRH Gujarat at Ahmedabad, and he said it again. I'm looking forward to.
The fucker, bro. He has in his shoot when they introduced him as captain in his shoot for Hyderabad, he's done this. I was like,
No, but
You can't,
no
yeah.
matter what, SRH has been one of the good teams
Yeah.
this season. Absolutely,
Do you see them
But
going to the finals? So far?
semis for sure.
Yeah.
Considering they'll play at least 7 games on their home, which is a I mean, it's a batting.
it's a belter, yeah.
Yeah.
270s. What?
And, I mean,
So,
honestly,
yeah.
on paper, if you go to look at that team, it's absolutely insane. I mean, you're looking at Makram, Klaassen, Samad, who's also a great striker, Cummins, Jansen, Travis Head.
Wow.
And now that Abhishek. Who
Abhishek
also
Sharma,
is
yeah.
suddenly
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. I mean,
He was not bad last year. He just got because of your fantasy teams that you play.
Yeah, probably.
He was one of the picks that you go for.
Yeah.
But he was not like a short pick. This year he's doing a very good job coming as an impact sub, getting those 50, 60, like 30, 40 runs in 12, 13 balls, and like it's doing the job for the team.
He did score a half century in that game. I mean, he beat I think Head.
Yeah, for the
So,
fastest 50 by
he
Hyderabad.
It is a record broken in 2 minutes for Hyderabad.
did. I swear.
It's
But-
just record after record breaking that game.
Yeah, and I think with Pat Cummins as a captain and bringing this entire side together, I mean, of course they have a massive headache in terms of figuring out like which foreign player they want to play in the team because
Right.
there is a cap. But it's a mind-blowing team, and Pat Cummins being like the experienced captain that he is, I think he is really capable of bringing this team
Definitely.
together and taking it right till the deep end of the tournament.
Absolutely.
I mean, because if you look at it,
I
Mumbai didn't play bad. Like for the longest time, we were right there
In the game.
mix.
Yeah, that's true. You lost only by 30 runs.
Exactly. Like, those 2 overs in the middle.
Pat Cummins.
Who was batting
Yeah.
at that time?
Let's not go there again. That topic
Poor
is
guy.
done and dusted. But yes, it was a strike rate of 120 only.
Yeah. So yeah, those 2 overs really changed the game. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fair enough. But okay, talking about captains, of course, it's not the only team. Mumbai is not the only team that has changed captains. There's also another team that has changed captains, and this happened practically just one day before.
And still so graceful.
yeah,
and
yeah.
absolutely
Always going to
gracefully.
be graceful.
If of course, if you guys have not figured it out yet, we're talking about Chennai Super Kings. Of course, Dhoni has already since the past, I think, couple years been trying to figure out his successor to CSK. There was a short stint with Ravindra Jadeja, but the captaincy was shifted mid
Unsuccessful,
IPL itself. But I think he had mentioned it to Ruturaj Gaikwad that he was considering him.
Right.
And now that he's actually passed on the baton to him, how do you think he's doing in his opening as a captain?
I think till you have Dhoni on the field,
Exactly.
honestly, whoever the captain is,
Doesn't
a
matter.
lot of calls are going to be taken by him. हाँ तो नाम का कैप्टन है रख ले फील्ड रख ले 2-3
No,
बॉल
but I think
The
You go
bowlers
back
are looking
to-
at Dhoni.
you go back to
क्या
Dhoni,
करूँ
you're going to
अभी?
instruct.
If I was the captain, I would not do anything. I would just ask, sir, क्या करूँ?
You're just going to go to him, bro. It doesn't matter.
No, but I mean,
Like it's like you're working under Ratan Tata and he's telling you what to do in a business like every
No,
day.
but
Correct.
I mean, of course, look, we've seen this, okay? We've seen this since a long time. We saw this with India as well. The captainship was passed on to Virat Kohli and Dhoni was still playing, right?
Right.
Right.
And yes, he played like a very important role, but it was more of a role as a mentor, right? And we know Dhoni to be that kind of a person who lets the person be himself.
Right.
You know, who
Fair.
lets the person
Fair.
make
Definitely,
mistakes and
yeah.
learn from those mistakes. So I do think that Ruturaj, does have enough say in terms of like what to do and everything. Of course, when it comes to pressure situations, yes, experience matters and Dhoni might step in.
Correct.
But I think, coming in as a captain of such a big side with such a big, with such
Legacy,
good
yeah,
record,
it's
I think
the biggest club in
If he-
IPL, arguably.
one of them.
For sure.
Yeah, if he does well in this captaincy stint of his, that paves his way to the Indian team, I feel. Like Ruturaj,
I mean, Indian team has
that's
too
a
many-
stretch right now.
It's a stretch. We have too many captains.
You have
right now.
Jaiswal, you have Gill.
No. In the playing, guys, in the squad, not as a captain.
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
That's a stretch.
Not as a captain, I'm saying.
Even in
purely
the squad, I mean, it's still very,
Rohit,
very tough.
Rohit has
Squad,
2
yeah.
years. Jaiswal, Gill go up top, and your number 3 is free for Gaikwad or Gill, one of them. Incoming. Whatever.
Fair enough. But again, there's no doubt that Ruturaj is very, very lucky to have, of course, Dhoni as his mentor on field, playing with him, guiding him through his captainship, but also the fact that they have such a strong team, such a deep batting
it
lineup.
doesn't stop.
You always have a strong
Bro,
team.
it doesn't stop.
It doesn't
There is,
stop.
and the good part about CSK is you send anyone there. You literally sent Raidu, you sent Shivam Dubey. Shivam Dubey was the scapegoat of so many matches.
Exactly.
Shivam Dubey was known for not, there was a heat map of Shivam Dubey's footwork and it was only on the leg stump where his guard is. And that's the jokes, right? He gave out 20-25 runs in overs and all of that, nothing doing. Now he's one of the best players for CSK. Rahane consistently 40s, 50s, 20 balls, 30
I mean,
balls.
Rahane literally just like re-emerged
Out of nowhere.
after coming to CSK.
Absolutely.
He just re-emerged. I think
The
this
Dhoni
is what.
effect.
He went back to his
Dhoni
Dhoni
effect.
effect.
He went back to his RR days.
Exactly.
When he started
Exactly,
IPL, he
yeah.
was that good. And now he's finishing his career
At
on
a
this
very
field.
high note, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I think Dhoni coming at number 8 just tells you, like, what kind of a batting lineup.
I think
they
now
have.
he's just too lazy. He doesn't want to go out, play
Yeah,
this
the
thing.
lazy guy was still coming and striking
Ah,
at
yeah.
270.
Bro,
That
what
was
was
fixed, bro. That was for entertainment only. They gave up 2 wickets. They're like, huh, we are losing the match. You just bowl, let him back.
Yeah, you need 40 runs of 6 balls. नहीं होने वाला है. तू बस मुझे मारने दे.
थोड़ा TRP के लिए करना पड़ता
Bro, the
I
crowd.
don't believe you guys are
है.
talking
They went
like this.
mad. They went mad.
Bro,
They
Rishabh
were
Pant,
losing.
Rishabh Pant's
They were
face
going mad.
or Delhi Capitals didn't know they won the game because the Chennai crowd is still cheering. They're so happy, and there were literally tweets out there. They don't care this time. They don't care about winning. They don't care about anything. They just want to see Dhoni bat, and even if he bats for 2 balls, they're the happiest out there. And that's
Yeah, I
a
think right
loyal
now,
fan base.
everyone assumes that this is his last season, so they just want to like
Yeah.
one last time. they
Definitely
watch
not. Again, definitely not.
Wait,
He's grown his locks also for this only. Like, he wants
I
to
can
just
imagine.
leave.
Bro,
I
what a
can
dramatic
imagine.
ending.
Absolutely. He's got full
Only-
Thalaiva status.
yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
all Rajni slogans are being used for Dhoni. And that's probably going to stop. But, just as crazy as the Chennai crowd is, of course, for the Chennai team and more importantly for Dhoni, RCB fans are also RCB fans, but unfortunately in a
There's one
lot
year.
of pain, right? A lot of pain for God knows how long. I don't know if it's still the Malia curse that's still running.
It's like Nilay's
But,
life.
but
I think he has to give the money back.
Pain always. अभी तो आएगी.
United fan, RCB
ना लड़की आई,
fan,
ना trophy
single.
But it's a pressing question. Is RCB, thanks to the women team for actually winning something and keeping hopes alive for RCB, but the men faction, are we ever going to improve on that bowling lineup?
Bro, this time they changed coaches. They literally fired the coach. They thought he was the problem. And then they came to the auction table, literally sitting like all of us, and they're going 11 crores for Alzari Joseph. They are going 9.5 crores for Lockie
I have
Ferguson.
legit messaged Danish Seth, who's Mr. Nags, if anybody follows him.
Yeah.
I've messaged him, what the fuck are people doing in this auction? 11.5 crores, he's put up a story saying Mitchell Stark, he's cancelled Mitchell Stark's name and Alzari Joseph.
Bro, I'll tell you something. RCB coming into this auction, they had 22 crores to spend. Right? One of the first fast bowlers to come in was Pat Cummins. They went till 20.75 crores. They had no other players and they were okay with that. But Pat Cummins aa jaye, aur koi nahi chahiye. And then they ended up getting, of course, Alzari and this Lockie Ferguson. But what a bad bowling lineup. And unfortunately, they've got Chinnaswamy as their home ground. So they have to play 7 matches there. And of course, it's going to be a...
Guys, the lead spinner is, no disrespect, but fucking Karan Sharma. He's so irrelevant, nobody knows him, bro. What is happening? Their second strike spinner is Mayank Dagar, who's been whacked for 30 runs in 2 overs in the previous game.
Yeah.
It is just shambolic, the strategy that they've developed. Like, I don't know what they were thinking at that auction table. 20 crores you're bidding for one player, and the next, Hasaranga, you just retain him. You bought him for 14 crores the previous year, you're getting him for 2 crores. I don't understand why they didn't go for him.
Yeah,
But the good thing, at least, they're conceding 200, not 250 because of Harshal Patel being let go. That was one of the good things, especially for this auction. But
I think
yeah.
The slow ball master.
this is crazy. You say that about Harshal Patel, but do you know Harshal Patel is the second highest wicket taker for RCB?
That is
Because
All
why
bowlers
don't-
shit, nah.
They don't get wickets.
They don't get wickets.
No,
Every
that
year-
one season he got 32 wickets and
That's
suddenly
it.
his tally has reached to 89.
No, the problem is they were not
And
playing
he's
at
second highest.
Chinnaswamy. They were not playing at Chinnaswamy that year. All the years that they've performed, they've not been playing at Chinnaswamy. Whenever
Yeah,
they've
that's
qualified,
Yeah.
is because they were not playing at Chinnaswamy. This bowling lineup cannot survive out there. The boundaries are so small they get whacked.
Absolutely. But
You've let go of Chahal, your strike spinner, years
Exactly.
ago.
I think that was a big mistake. He was the highest wicket taker for RCB, and letting him go, I think, was definitely.
And he's a
big
key
mistake.
wicket taker. Like he always takes
Yeah.
wickets like in the crucial moments, right?
Yeah,
And
that's true. But this has been like a long, like it has a long history in terms of like it's
True.
been like a deep-rooted problem, because if you go back to the time of when we had Anil Kumble and Zaheer Khan as well,
Right.
RCB was dependent on Anil Kumble and Zaheer Khan in the beginning. Then after that we had Mitchell Stark and Vinay Kumar for some time, and then Chahal for the longest time, and TK Harshal Patel for a brief one season period.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been very obvious, and to be very honest, Siraj is not dependable in T20
He's
cricket.
too inconsistent. He's way too
He's not a
inconsistent
T20
for.
bowler.
He's not a T20 bowler. This guy, when he comes on to bowl, he just gets whacked left, right, and center. Like every time he comes to bowl, TK, he performs really well for India and ODIs.
Right.
But when it comes to RCB T20, God only knows what happens to him. But I really fail to understand that how can you take more than 10-12 years to fix a goddamn bowling lineup?
Yeah, genuine. One good spinner.
And it's still not fixed, guys. It's still
not
not
fixed.
It is not. It is not. Actually.
There was a score update wherein during the practice matches and all, Alzari Joseph had taken 4 for 34, and he was like, "Acha, he's in full form. This, that."
Yeah, I think RCB has had this problem since the longest time. Like if we go back to that time when we had Anil Kumble, Zaheer Khan also. Like the team's bowling lineup was dependent on these two people, and then after that we had Mitchell Stark and Vinay Kumar, and then for the longest time we had Chahal, right? We were dependent on Chahal, and for that brief one season Harshal Patel. Okay, but yeah. How much time are you going to take to goddamn fix a lineup for bowling?
Guys, it is
Like,
still
what
not
is-
fixed.
What is the cricket director doing? What is the bowling coach doing?
I doubt there are these positions out there filled. I'm sure they are still vacant.
I mean,
think-
of course, we know that's not true, but yeah.
I think after years of strategy, whatever they've come up with their bowling strategies, this by far is the worst RCB lineup in 17 years of IPL. I have not seen a worse bowling lineup for RCB. They had one star strike bowler every year. You
Yeah.
mentioned all of these names. Every year there was at least one. This year there is not even one. Alzari Joseph was their prime buy at 11.5 crores. The next one was Lockie Ferguson at 2 crores. Like,
Yeah,
just
and I think now Topley is playing today instead of Alzari
he
Joseph.
stopped
Yeah.
playing today, but he
Yeah.
was retained. Like they bought him earlier. Also, he was
Yeah.
obviously.
उसको भी 15 रन मारे पहले ओवर में. I think it's a curse. It doesn't matter who is playing.
Bro, it's a Malia curse, I
Bro,
think.
bros, this was literally in 2000. This is 2024. In 2014, I've seen Sunil Narayan bat nicely. After that, he's not touched the bat properly. I swear to
That
God.
is true.
And now at Chinnaswamy, by Siraj, idhar जोर से 47 runs he scored, yaar. In what 2021 balls? That's Sunil Narayan. It's not Kyron Pollard. It's not Chris Gayle. It's Sunil Narayan, bhai.
And another person who cannot be trusted with the bowling at all is goddamn Siraj. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
what. That's what. Like
Siraj, okay, fine, he's a good ODI bowler for
Correct.
India and everything, but when it comes to T20, यार ये बंदा हकता ही है.
उसको
उसको ओडीआई में भी पड़ती है. It's not that उसको
But
नहीं
वो
पड़ती है.
wicket
वो
तो
विकेट
लेता
लेता
है.
है.
विकेट ले लेता है.
आईपीएल में उसको सिर्फ
पड़ती है.
उसको 4 ओवर बेचारा वार्म अप करता तब तो खत्म हो जाता है.
I kid you not, Michael Vaughan has looked at the performance, the bowling performance, and he's outright said it that RCB is not winning this IPL with this bowling lineup.
But he's
There
not
is
wrong.
absolutely no choice, and I wholeheartedly agree.
He's not wrong.
I think as Kohli fans, one thing is good that he will get more runs to chase.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get to see more of him, and that's the only good thing out of this entire bowling
And
lineup.
oh, by the way, that's also another thing. Have you guys noticed? RCB absolutely suck at batting first. And it's a very obvious reason why.
Because they have to chase that Chinnaswamy, and it's
No, because the bowling lineup is fucked up.
that's also there.
It's not never defendable. Whatever the score is never defendable.
At Chinnaswamy, though, it's not possible. Only it's beyond measures
Defend, yeah.
to defend with that bowling lineup. Guys, there's a legitimate stat. Okay, RCB this year in the IPL have conceded more sixes than they have hit. With the star power of Maxwell, Faf, Virat, Patidar, if you want to call it.
No,
Dinesh
there is no
Karthik.
star power there.
If you want to call it, that's what I said. They have conceded 36s and they've hit only 23 in the 3 games till now. I don't see this improving. This year, RCB I think will be one of the bottom 4 teams to finish. That is my call.
They
That
won't qualify.
probably.
Looks difficult with this lineup. It looks difficult unless they do some drastic changes.
Yeah, and
But let's see.
Hopefully Faf will come back into batting form. He's been off his game lately.
Yeah.
He's not performed well, but of course, and I hope that does not affect his captainship. Of course, he's a seasoned player, he's an experienced player. I don't think that should happen. But at the end of the day, it is a sport. If you're not performing well, it tends to hit your mental capacity.
True.
So of course, let's hope that Faf is able to bounce back as soon as possible, and we're able to see like a turnaround with RCB. I mean, RCB genuinely has had a great start with the women faction winning the IPL, the Women's Premier League. Hopefully RCB, the men's faction, can also do something similar. But
I don't see it happening.
let's just hope. I mean, let's just hope for Virat Kohli. Let's just hope for Virat Kohli.
That's the only
He
thing.
deserves one.
He deserves
एक
one.
बनता है
एक तो
भाई.
बनता है यार, उसने अपनी life दे दी RCB को. But I think you brought up that point of Sunil Narayan and back in 2014, and 2014 of course KKR won
The title,
the
yeah.
IPL, and what a goddamn finals. They chased down 200 runs, and that was absolutely insane. And that was a beautifully oiled team. Right?
Absolutely.
I think they had Narayan, Kalis,
Gambhir,
Yusuf Pathan,
Gambhir was captain.
Gambhir was captain, and what a game they played that finals, of course. But also the season when it started for them, they lost like the initial few matches, and they were not doing so well.
Right.
But they won the last 7 of the league matches, and that's how they qualified. And that was
Correct.
insane. We can hope that happens for Mumbai this year. But I mean, what do you think about the KKR then and the KKR today? Because KKR today also looks to.
There are no changes. They have one good foreign fast bowler. Of course, Mitchell Stark has not been performing, but I think he'll come good in the later half.
He's too good to be.
Gambhir is back.
Class.
Gambhir is back.
Correct.
They have an aggressive opener in Phil Salt. I think that time it was Chris Lynn or someone.
Yeah.
They have Sunil Narayan back at the top.
Yeah.
Andre Russell has always been there.
Yeah.
There is. It's been,
Kabka hai bhai.
exactly. Andre Russell's been
His
there.
career is just endless.
Not aging like what?
So that entire KKR unit, it looks like the same team what it was in 2014, except for the horrible jersey that they have. But
It's always
otherwise,
been horrible. I would expect SRK to change it soon.
I think KKR look like a very, very strong team this time.
Guys, what is your opinion on Shreyas Iyer as captain?
ठीक है, बुरा नहीं है, अच्छा है, ठीक है.
I've never liked him in general. I don't know why.
I think he's a
I
very,
mean-
very overrated player in general.
Exactly. Yeah. I think.
One second,
he's
guys. We discussed this. He scored 500 runs in the World Cup.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to tell anything to him right now. He's not failed a lot after that.
He's not
but
gotten
I mean,
chances after
I'm
that.
He's not
not,
gotten.
I'm not doubting his credentials. It's just
Correct.
a very personal opinion.
Yeah.
There's something about him that I just don't find appealing. But
Yeah, him chasing Chahal.
Chahal also doesn't. Yeah.
someone
yeah.
else finds it appealing, so too bad for Chahal. So
But
We'll be on somebody's Insta post, guys. Second time, no.
But do you all want a funny fact? Shreyas Iyer right now in the IPL is the most experienced captain.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
true. One day, it changed in one day when Dhoni
55
resigned.
Games? 55
55 games. 55
Oh, no
games,
way.
he's the
That's
most
an interesting
experienced.
stat.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought? I mean, of course, it's a generational change, right? With Rohit Sharma and Dhoni both stepping down as captains. Okay, not one stepping down as captain, one being replaced, but it's an absolute generational change. Like now, the captains that we have right now and all of IPL are basically players who've grown up in the T20 ecosystem.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right? All of these older guys had to adapt to it, but now these guys have grown up into it.
Right.
Are you guys expecting to see any kind of changes anytime soon in terms of how captainship is taken and how the games are played and how strategies are
I think
applied?
we'll see a change in how longer format cricket is played going forward, because a lot of these players who are playing IPL right now are not playing long form cricket as much, like internationally at least.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Nationally, of course, they're playing. So I see a lot of like it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there more than what happens in IPL.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still
Because-
playing first class in list A cricket.
Exactly, but internationally it makes a big difference. Like India
Yeah,
has so much
correct.
talent, right? Like there's so much talent, and I think that's going to be very interesting to see how cricket changes beyond IPL in the next generation.
That is true.
Like as you said, they're built in this T20 generation, so.
I mean, it's actually very interesting to see if you consider it, like you mentioned, like you are interested in seeing like what impact it has in list A and first class. You look at the Khan brothers, the Sarfraz Khan and
Right.
his younger brother as well. The way they've approached Ranji Trophy this year, and that dude smashing hundreds and double hundreds, and playing at the pace of goddamn T20 in Ranji cricket is just phenomenal. So yeah, probably we're going.
I
to
think
see
we're already seeing it in some instances
No, so
in ODIs and Test
You already
cricket as
see
well.
your
More aggression.
average. You see your average scores go from these 280s
Yeah.
to your 320s in ODI.
Yeah.
You see test matches getting
over, finished. Like
Yeah.
you're
You
see
seeing
test
two
matches
innings.
getting
Targets getting chased down at
Correct,
least. Yeah.
correct.
Baz ball approach, if you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
That is more of a T20, not a T20, but more of an aggressive approach. That's what T20 has integrated into the game. But still, I think priorities for a lot of these Indian cricketers, they're been taught right now because of this entire BCCI has started this fast bowling, the test incentive. They want them to focus on tests, Ranji, and play these domestics. But like Ishan Kishan, people like that will opt out of it.
Yeah, probably.
The newer generation is going to be very difficult for them to sustain those 5 days
Yeah.
or play a 50 over format because it is not appealing. And second, they're trying to make it more income friendly.
It's not as lucrative, but as T20 cricket.
That's what I'm saying.
No, probably not.
They'll always
Yeah.
earn more money when they're playing T20 cricket.
But they have upped, of course, the fees for playing Test cricket as well.
But to get to that stage, that's a lot of effort. You're going to play 11 or 15 people who are in the test team that much money. The rest of them are not going to get so much money.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still think that if there is something that really tests you as a cricketer, I think that's long form
Of course.
cricket. It's
I mean,
the
it's
long
very
format of
different,
the game that it really kind of tests you as a cricketer, and I think it's still like a great kind of a benchmark for who is what kind of a cricketer, and I still believe in that. Anyway, that's a wrap for today's episode of The Boundary Line Cricket Uncovered, the first episode on the day that India won the World Cup 13 years ago. We hope you had as much fun listening and watching as we did talking. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay updated with all things cricket. Share your thoughts with us on social media, and next time, keep your eyes on the pitch and your ears tuned in to The Boundary Line Cricket Uncovered. Thank you.